Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Leslie, aka Coach Leslie. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when I have new videos. So let's just get right into it. So today what we're going to be talking about is sis. We're having another conversation. We have conversations. That's what we do on this channel. Sis, you don't need closure. It's been on my heart to talk about this because I have seen so many different comments and messages and just had conversations with different friends where people just always saying, but okay, it didn't work out and like I just need closure, like I just need that last conversation, I just need and I am here to tell you that sis, no, you do not need closure. There are going to be many situations in your life where you might, like, someone will do something to you and they will not apologize, you know, or you'll never get to have the conversation with that person. I think a lot of times we say we need closure because it's like we're giving someone permission over our own like feelings. So it's like, until I talk to them and know why they did what they did, I'm not going to be okay. And most times you find out why and it still hurts and it doesn't change the outcome and it doesn't make you feel better. And look, if you are able to have a conversation with someone and you want to you know, reconcile something, I'm never going to discourage a reconciliation or a conversation. But this is for those situations where someone treated you like crap, you know, or like it just didn't work, or what the time, everything, like anything to do with someone just not treating you right, like that you don't need to have a conversation. Like that person, they gave you the closure, which is not enough for you. A lot of times the closure is that person ghosting you, that person ignoring your calls, that person doesn't even want to have a conversation. I remember a couple years back, I liked a guy and, you know, he made it seem like he wanted a relationship, but then did like a 360 and it bothered me. And so I pulled, you know, I was just kind of like, okay, let me take a step back. And I also had lost someone in my life, like lost a family member, and he knew about it and he did not show up at all. And I kept saying like, oh my gosh, this was like such a great date. I had a great time with this guy. Like, I need to have a conversation because we just had the best like connection I've ever had in my life. And if I don't have this conversation, I don't get it. Like, I'm gonna lose this person. All the foolishness, you know. And I look back and I'm like, to this day, I have yet to have had this closure conversation that I thought I needed, you know. And I realized, you know, and it took a while after, I realized that, one, if this person really cared, they would have talked to me and would have been straight up instead of just pulling away from me, you know. And sometimes people are going through something, you don't know what they're going through, and you know, I'm not justifying nothing, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's really not about you, you know what I'm saying? It's not about you, and you cannot take that upon yourself and let that like cause you to question you and your value and how awesome you are because someone has chosen to give up, walk away from you with no explanation, or treat you like crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone does that, it says more about their character than it says about you. And like, feeling like you need to have one more conversation to talk about the same exact thing. Like, if someone's cheated on you, what is there to talk about? Like, what are we saying? Like, why you cheated? Like, I feel like there's nothing to talk about. Like I said, I'm not against reconciliation and maybe having a conversation a while after you've healed and you feel like you're in a safe space to have a conversation. But usually right after something like that, you're going to be in an emotional state, you know what I'm saying, and probably not even ready to hear what the other person has to say or whatever. But sometimes I think this need for closure is really just a way to reopen the cut. Like, it's the way to stop the cut from even healing because you just want to keep and stick around with that person. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need closure, sis. You don't. Like, sometimes them walking away is enough. And like, when you have that worth, especially in God, you won't need to ask a million questions of why did you do this and why weren't you there and why did you hurt me, and you won't need to do that. You'll be able to accept what God allows and be able to move forward and know that your value has not changed because of this situation. And sometimes, you know, having that conversation opens up a can of worms for the 10th time. Like, it's okay to open up a can of worms and have real conversations, but not if you're going to have the same conversation over and over again. That's not going to change. Like, you could talk to that person and they're still going to be trifling. They're still going to be trifling. I remember in the past, like just when I was very young, having a conversation, telling this guy a closure conversation, like how he made me feel. He looked at me with the blankest stare ever because he could not care less. He was that cold. And it made it worse because it was like, how could someone not care? They don't care like I care. And a lot of times people don't necessarily care from the same level of you. And it doesn't mean that you don't matter. It might just mean that that person has a lot of work to do, may need therapy, may have trauma that happened to them that have now caused them to be cold. So I just want to make sure that you understand that, sis, you don't need closure. You know, I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of comments, and a lot of, well, why did he do this, and do you think I should talk to him and call him, and you know, and obviously every situation is subjective, but most times, 9 times out of 10, you don't need the conversation. You know enough to walk away. You know enough to walk in who you are. You know enough. You know. So I hope you like this video. Please be sure to click the like button, the share button, and to subscribe if you haven't, and check out my website at selfloveempowers.com and connect with me on social media. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.